All right, we're live.
Okay.
And then you have to accept it with my friend. Hello, welcome to Coffee Talk.
I don't think we have any people yet, just yet.
It's okay. So
It's hot.
we are
Pretty
going
hot.
to wait. Actually, it's not that bad here.
Not that bad, yeah.
Yeah. It's what in the world is that? As soon as I acquire my site.
Ma Antonio ti mette. Lo fai dal cellulare? Ah no, dall'iPad.
Sì,
Ok, ok.
dall'iPhone, però
È meglio
se
dall'iPad.
riesco a
se lo
guardarlo è meglio.
metti- Se lo metti lì, scusa, è meglio.
Okay, we have some viewers now.
Abbiamo, ok, perfetto. Hello everybody, welcome to Coffee Talk. We're gonna taste some coffee today.
Which kind of coffee?
Me and the friend Leo. Hello.
Hi guys.
Okay. Welcome again in my backyard in this hot day of summer. Leonardo Pisani is back. Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao a tutti.
We're tasting some big wines today. Some wines that are very close to me, close to my heart. Is a very good friend of mine, Antonio Tonnino, which we are hoping he could join us in a little bit, and maybe we can go live with him. Antonio doesn't speak too much English, so we're gonna have an Italian conversation, just so you know. If you don't believe that we are Italians, we are. Anyway, the friend Leo from Cinque Terre in Liguria. As we're waiting for Antonio to log in, maybe you wanna tell us a little bit on
About
your
Liguria?
Liguria, your culture, your tradition, what kind of culture you take with you every single day,
Well-
although you live here in the US, and what kind of traditions you want to give to your children.
Yeah, that's a great question. How many hours we have?
Including this, we have
1 minute.
12 minutes.
Yes.
No,
Well, no, Daniel, just kidding. So, I mean, I lived more half of my life in Italy. So still, I moved here when I was 28 years old, and now I'm
You
over
talk,
40.
allora
Yeah,
posso
go ahead. So, what I remember about Liguria. So, Liguria is a tough land because we are pushing from the Alps to the ocean, and also, of course, we have the ocean where give us a lot. Ligurian people are really introvert at the beginning. If I meet you first, I don't like you at the beginning. Ligurians are like that, especially where I'm from. I'm from the area really close to Tuscany, pretty much on the border with Tuscany. And history, of course, we have a lot of history. We were pretty much in the middle between Genoa and Pisa, the Marines Republic in 1600, 1700, before Napoleon conquered Italy. And we were pretty much a land where we were not even from Tuscany or not even in Liguria. We were right between. So we got a lot from these two beautiful lands, and also something from Emilia-Romagna. What I remember about Liguria, about Cinque Terre, about La Spezia, the city where I'm from, I remember the old ladies, all in black, sitting on a bench and look at you and pretty much spying everybody and knows everything about everybody. When I was kid, I couldn't escape the main square because if I was leaving the main square, of course my mother will know because these ladies will yell. Now we have a cell phones, you can call or text. They used to yell, my mother, Giuliana, Leonardo is leaving, and so I couldn't escape
in
the
dialecto,
square.
in dialect, you gotta say it in dialect.
Il fante se ne va. And so what I remember the fishermen, also another really important culture from where I'm from, the ocean of course, and the fishermen when they used to leave around 9, 10 o'clock in the night, of course in the summer, when I was a kid I was looking them leaving and say bye to them. And also when they came back, a lot of, come si dice gabbiani? Seagulls?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, storm of seagulls fall on the boats all the way through to the port. That's what I remember about my land. Of course, my land is a lot fish, culture, but also a lot meat. Everything from pigs, to beef and other, lamb, other type of meats. My family, I feel pretty lucky because my family don't own a farm, but my property where I'm from, like about 20 minutes from Cinque Terre inland, they have everything. They have chickens, they have pigs, they have goats, and they grow a lot of different things. Also grapes. My father used to make, and my grandfather used to make wines. Pretty good wines. Actually, this wine remind me a lot about my childhood and what I drink in my life. Homemade wine. Il vino del contadino, no? And of course, what I really remember about food, my grandma used to make this beautiful lasagna. I think Daniele was really lucky last year to taste it from my mother when he came in Cinque Terre.
Really amazing.
That lasagna is incredible. So
I still ask about it once in a while.
You're right.
So it's worth the trip. It's worth to go.
It's
back
worth the trip just for the
just to
lasagna.
taste the lasagna.
I can't find a way how to make exactly the same one. It's impossible. Impossible to make that kind of lasagna. So of course, soccer. Soccer is part of our culture, and the smell of the ocean, the saltiness. When in the summer, when I used to go to the beach, I used to go on a boat with my father. So a lot to remember.
Okay.
A lot to.
You ladies, coming a woman, you let us know when Antonio is able
Why don't
to
you tell him in Italian what he needs to do?
join in. Antonio, se hai la possibilità o se hai qualche problema fammi sapere, lo aggiustiamo. He's probably watching. There's a couple of things I would like to. I can hear Leo talking about his place for days.
Yeah.
Because we share
We have a lot,
pretty much
yeah.
the same culture.
Yeah.
But a couple of things I want to point out about these wines. When you pour it, sometimes people think it's oxidized, went bad, but no. This is a long maceration white. It's what they call orange wine. It's got a lot of honey in it.
A lot.
And it's a white blend, all Tonnino grapes. Antonio doesn't buy grapes on everybody. Actually, he probably sells grapes to other wineries. It's a blend of Grillo primarily, with some Catarato, some Pinot Grigio, and some Inzolia. So, great wine.
Fantastic.
Not your typical white. We're talking about 13.5% white wine, but it delivers a lot of flavors.
The colors are coming from the skins, from the long. How many days? Do you remember? 20 days, maybe.
Over 20 days of maceration.
So contact with the
So-
skin. Incredible.
And it's mostly the Pinot Grigio that gives a lot of color
Yeah, you're right.
to the wines,
Yeah.
to the wine.
What do you think about figs also on the nose?
yeah.
A lot of figs
There's
over here.
figs. There is a beautiful orange blossom on the
Orange
nose.
blossom, yeah, honey. Has an incredible bouquet. Is a great wine which doesn't break your legs too.
Yeah.
It's not a wine where it have to cost us so much money.
We sold a lot of it on this class actually, actually the price was less than what I charged over at the store, just because he's a good friend of mine. I really want people to taste some of these interesting Sicilian wines. Sicily is moving up in the world of winemaking. Great, although it's not an Italian cheese. I put some brie over there. I want you to taste this wine with the brie, and then tell me.
I did it
how
with the prosciutto
incredible
away.
it is.
Someone asked what's the name of the wine.
Is Tonnino is the winemaker. Vigna di Mariu. That's the name of the wine, and they are both available over at Cibo di Vino.
Antonio, devi richiedere la live, se no non riesce a entrare.
Antonio, se fa la richiesta, noi l'accettiamo.
Just to the right of the comment box.
Nella...
Dove si fanno i commenti, sulla destra dei commenti C'è il bottoncino dove fa la richiesta. Io lo vedo nel mio telefonino, guarda. C'è un bottoncino, penso che è verde, dove fa la richiesta, vicino al bottoncino che fa il like praticamente.
Asia.
Ok Leo, devi assolutamente assaggiare il brie
Va bene.
con questo vino, per
Va bene.
favore, per favore. E poi mi dici se sono un genio o no.
Can you call me?
I miei genitori mi devono chiamare Eugenio invece. Ok, sono le cose siciliane. Ecco, adesso assaggio il vino, assaggio un po'.
Con il brie ho già capito dove vai.
Cioè la fine, questa è la fine della viticoltura. Impressionante. If anybody has questions about the wines, we are willing to answer.
So can I say something?
Please.
Unbelievable. So the brie is a creamy, meaty cheese. A melt when you eat the cheese and you sip a wine is a perfectly match. I don't know how to describe it. It's you don't get it. You don't get like something unbalanced flavor or maybe too acidity or too much creaminess
It
in your
actually makes
mouth.
it sweet.
Yes, it
It
makes it
actually makes it
sweeter
sweet.
and kick in a little bit of the acidity of the wine, but it melt, the two flavors melt together really, really well.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So now the next one that I want you to taste, the next cheese I want you to taste, you're gonna be like, nah, that's not gonna work. That's a DOP Parmigiano,
Okay?
12 months, it's not too old. Please taste the Parmigiano with this wine.
Can I say?
And we're gonna go the opposite. of
So
this
if
one.
I eat all these, I gotta tell my wife to don't prepare anything at home tonight.
Whitney,
Yeah.
you'll be home for dinner, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. This is just a little appetizer.
All right.
Everybody wants you to call Tonnino and tell him to come here.
I call him on the phone.
We'll call him on the phone and tell him what to do.
Anto! A che punto siamo?
And remember, it's midnight.
Chiamava il professore. And then the anchovies. You gotta taste the anchovies
I
with
will
this
do
wine.
that. More
And
than
then,
midnight.
hey, hai problemi?
So yeah, it perfectly well. Again.
Leo, talk about aperitivo in Italy.
Aperitivo in Italy is a part of the culture because around 5:36 is normal to go to your favorite bar and have an appetizer. Pretty much is an appetizer for free. It's pretty much what Daniele presented tonight.
Sotto a
Is
destra.
pretty similar. You drink your bottle of wine or you drink your glass of wine or
Non ci
whatever
vediamo.
you do.
La telecamera bisogna attivare.
Of course, is a
That's the one I saw.
it's an everyday thing, pretty much. Before you go at home for dinner, you meet up with your friends, you go to a bar, and you do this. What we're doing tonight. So that is aperitivo, pretty much.
Ciao.
It's part of the culture. Danny,
Antonio is having technical problems. It's on his side because Sicily doesn't have the biggest receivers in the world, so he's having that kind
also
of
is
problem.
inland, so it's close to Alcamo, no?
He's outside of Palermo, so
okay.
he's on the other side of the mountain, on the sea, which is Alcamo Marina. So it's not easy there for the wave to get over the mountains.
Also, I'm pretty sure there's a one antenna.
If somebody has questions, come on, just don't.
All right, we got a question. What gives the wine the orangish color?
Sicily. Oh no, the orange color, the orange smell. The nose is it's typical of Sicilian wines. There's orange rim and orange blossom. This is the long maceration, which means the must stays in contact with the skins for over 20 days. So it extracts all the color from the skin. I'm assuming that most of the color is given to the Pinot Grigio, which has a small percentage in it. And I think that's the reason why Antonio is using Pinot Grigio in the blend. As you know, Pinot Grigio is a dark grape, and that's what gives a lot of colors to it. Even the Grillo gives a little bit of color and notes of tropicality.
Amore, Doriano joined.
Doriana Broguglio! Ciao Doriana! Doriana is another one that we call her sister. She's the one that actually organized our wedding.
Oh,
Me and Cristina, she lives in Catania, so another Sicilian in the house.
And if you want to do food and wine tours,
Yes,
She can help you.
Doriana, we're gonna do the Isola Bella. If you wanna do Sicilian tours, you gotta call that girl. The agency is called Isola Bella. She does a great job, but she's also a sommelier, by the way, so she knows the right places to go. Big kiss, baby.
I just tasted the
anchovies?
white with anchovies. I mean, of course, anchovies are the fish of Ligurian Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Sicilian all around. It's a perfectly match.
Now the thing is that we have a lot of northern viticulturists going to Sicily and making wine. But what I say is, a Sicilian makes wines for the foods of Sicily.
Of course.
Because that guy understands the foods of Sicily. When you come from the north and you're not familiar with the food of Sicily, sometimes you don't make the best product from them. You know, and that's one of the things that we have to bring out there. Sicily today has extremely good, I mean, amazing viticulturists.
It is.
Amazing.
You let me discover that.
I mean, we're drinking Antonio Tonnino, which is the proprietor, camera woman, proprietor of the Azienda Vitivinicola Tonnino. This guy is 37 years old.
Yeah, so
I mean, he's a genius of winemaking, for God's sake. He's 37, you know?
I want to pop up on a last question you asked me, because you just said about Antonio Tonnino when he's really young, and you asked me what you want to leave to your kids, you know, in the future. And I want to connect with the tradition, no? It's a cultural tradition, and I want to connect with the Tonnino because Tonnino is young, Antonio, and he's maybe 40, 30, 38, 40 years old. 37?
Yeah.
Okay, so really young. I'm pretty sure he got the tradition and the culture of work. Work hard to achieve something you want to
But
get.
Leo, my question came naturally because Antonio grew up in the vineyards with his grandfather.
Yeah.
His grandfather was on the trattore, and he was sitting in the front over there, you know, when he was a little kid. So this is his life. This is what he knows best.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that he's successful because just like me with the restaurants, if I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, think about it, you know, from Sicily, from small town, you know, close to Alcamo, this guy worked really hard. Of course, he got the land from his grandfather, but he went to the next level. So the culture of work and the culture of doing the right things, and also, I think this is his own project, you know? This is something like you really want to do it. Of course, I have a couple different lines of wines with different grapes of Sicily. But yeah, so the culture of work and the tradition of Italian people, I mean, it's coming from millions and millions of years. So we can talk all day about it. But that, for me, is really important to give it to my kids, your kids too. Where we coming from? Because we're coming from hard work, and that is all is paid at one point. So,
Couple of things. Number one, these wines, no sulfites, okay? So no headaches, no sulfites. So to make a wine like this that is natural with no sulfites, Antonio, which I was on the phone this afternoon, uses only the best grapes. So long macerations equals the best crops, okay? So that one, for instance, the red, is another blend. Is a Nero d'Avola, which is the famous Sicilian, one of the 6 noble grapes of Italy, the Sicilian grape, the Sicilian grape. Then there is a Perricone and a little bit of Cabernet to give a little structure to the wine. The Perricone, if I haven't tasted it yet, but yeah,
With
the
the
Perricone gives Leo. See if you can smell it. It's got the chocolate notes. That's the Perricone.
right away. But Perricone was like a lost grape.
The bitter chocolate.
The
Bitter, very bitter chocolate. That's the Perricone.
I read about it. Perricone was pretty much a lost grape, and finally producers like Antonio and Marilena and all those producers in Sicily, they're coming back to the tradition and making wines with the traditional grapes. Like they did it with the Catarratto or the white grapes for Etna Bianco or the blends. Finally also Perricone, you know, is on a red blend of Sicily. So I really enjoy this wine.
We are
Really
on,
nice.
We are on wine heaven right now. Even this one,
Yeah.
long maceration, 20 days.
Danny, I start with this.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah.
Salame. That's a salame calabrese. Nice spiciness, nice tannins over here.
Yeah, but again, spicy but slightly spicy. It's not a kick of spiciness where you lose everything.
If you wanna.
Yeah, I did also with the anchovies. You don't eat anything, Danny?
Any
You let me
questions
eat
by
all the
anyone?
time.
No? Hello?
You don't eat anything, Danny?
Yeah, you let me eat all the time.
Oh, you come here.
Well, you eat over there, actually.
You come here, gotta eat.
You're right.
Man, this weather. Whew.
It's hotter, but this wine is incredible. Also a little bit tannins, little grip at the
That
end,
one tannins, yeah.
but really velvety,
The,
you know,
the,
really soft.
the green tannins are actually the Cabernet.
The Cabernet, yeah. Really nice.
Nero d'Avola is still not the Nero d'Avola that you find on the east coast of Sicily. That is a little bit overripe. This one is a little fresher. However, it depends how you go.
Yeah.
There is I have Antonio. There you go. Oh, he's having huge problems. Okay, here you go. There you have. I got it here. Antonio, I have it here.
Oh, could you zoom in on him?
I guess it's easy.
Put him on speaker.
Antonio.
Daniele, put on speaker.
Okay, Antonio said that he can get. He's on the speaker. Unfortunately, he doesn't get good reception where he's at. He's in Alcamo Marina, so the reception is not that good.
Ciao Antonio.
You can see.
Ciao Leo.
Ciao.
Ciao ragazzi.
Allora, grandi vini, maestro,
Stiamo a
puliti.
Vini sani, vini free, liberi da tutto.
He says free wines,
Yeah.
free from anything. Ok, puliti, puri, buonissimi. Questi.
Vini come si facevano una volta.
Ah, esatto, bravo, infatti quello che dicevamo noi. Antonio is pointing out the fact that.
Vini,
Sì,
sì. Più che vini da bere, sono vini da mangiare, proprio come un pasto, si sente la corposità e la struttura in bocca, è veramente interessante. E poi sentite il cioccolato amaro, il cioccolato fondente come si sente al naso.
sì, quella è una cosa che ho percepito subito, lo dicevo anche a Leo sul Rosso.
Sì. Avete iniziato con il bianco, il Vigna di Mariu, il blend.
Sì, abbiamo iniziato col bianco che tra l'altro
Vedi che bel colore che ha.
sì, ma tra l'altro dicevo io, per essere un vino così carico, ma carico nel senso che non è un vino un bianco, è un po' più alcolico del bianco normale, e per essere anche carico di colore, carico di corposità, si beve bene oggi a Dallas sono 35 gradi e si beve molto bene quando è freddo, sai?
Sì, no, ma battendolo un po' si riesce a apprezzare pure una buona struttura.
Sì,
Non so
sì.
se avete notato, avete percepito una buona freschezza, una buona acidità,
Sì.
che veramente dà tanto equilibrio al palato. E parliamo di un 2017, quindi un vino che anche se in assenza di solfiti è un vino veramente longevo. Io quando parlo dei vini senza solfiti li paragono sempre a un bambino senza un vaccino. Se riesce a raggiungere un'età più avanzata è immune a tutto, quindi questo è un vino che noi garantiamo per anche 15 anni di conservazione in bottiglia.
So Antonio is pointing out the fact that these grapes are free of anything, they're nice and clean, and he always thinks that when the wines and the grapes are so good and they're left alone with no sulfites, the idea is to have this child that grows up without vaccines. So if he makes it and is later in life without getting sick, he's going to become a great person. So that's what he says about his wines. And he wants to point out also that they're clean wines, that the way the old vinification process was, because he considered himself a farmer more than a viticulturist, although he graduated from viticulture school. He's a great guy, modest but amazing, young as you can see.
Yeah.
Tradotto, professore.
Ask him how Christina is.
Grazie, ma tu sei bravissimo, tu sei l'ambasciatore dei vini. Dallas, quindi il nostro punto di riferimento.
Sei troppo buono.
He said Daniele will not translate that because he's also Daniele is humble too. He said you're the ambassador of the Sicilian wines in Dallas. He just said that, Antonio. Just to let you know, guys.
Thank you. You're gonna make me tear.
Girlfriend Christina.
E mia moglie ti saluta, Cristina.
Ciao Cristina, scusatemi, non sono riuscito a attivare la telecamera, quindi sto avendo una videochiamata.
Tranquillo, guarda, ho fatto già
Antonio,
tutto,
stai
ho
tranquillo.
fatto le spiegazioni, vai tranquillo.
Ne faremo un'altra, adesso scarico un'applicazione che magari mi semplifica, ci sarà qualche problema tecnico, non so cosa, ma
Sì, infatti, just so everybody knows,
che facciamo.
in Italy it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so
he's tired.
Antonio has been waiting patiently for us to connect. Io ho detto che adesso in Italia è quasi l'1 del mattino, quindi tu hai aspettato con tanta pazienza che ci collegassimo. Antonio,
Riposo 2 o 3 ore e subito in vigna per
okay. So he said 2-3 more hours and he's gonna go back to the winery. So he's gonna start harvest pretty soon. La vendemmia settimana prossima?
sì, lunedì si
Next
apre
week.
col vino grigio.
Next week they open the harvest on Monday, next Monday with the Pinot Grigio. Ok, bellissimo, grazie Antonio.
Ci vediamo presto.
Ti lasciamo andare, un abbraccio. Grazie di cuore, aspetta che quasi aspetta che te la faccio pure vedere. Non so se a Cristina.
Ciao
Ah, l'hai
Antonio.
vista? Oh, perfetto.
Ciao.
Ciao Antonio, grazie di cuore. Grazie. Ciao. Ok. Ce l'abbiamo fatta. I'm sorry everybody, but he had a little bit of
We
problem
made it.
with
We
that.
made it.
But hopefully everybody appreciate it.
I love his notes. Love it.
So, having said that, we got a couple minutes left before we go live in the kitchen. Prepare your pot, medium or large, whatever you want to use. Prepare a couple of tablespoons of oil, vegetable, corn, sunflower. You don't have to use extra virgin because we're going to braise at the beginning. We don't want to braise meats with extra virgin. We're going to bring the temperature up. So let's go ahead and close down. Thank you very much. Thank you, Leo, for joining us again
Thank you, guys.
with
Ciao.
this live story about the wines. Hope you enjoy the wines from Tonnino for whoever bought them. Otherwise, whoever wants to taste them, they're going to be available. Cibo di Vino. $23 a bottle is a great price for
Great deal, yeah.
the orange wine, both long macerations. Thank you. We'll see you in the kitchen. Ciao.
Ciao.